chomping at the bit, ready to go. So I think we'll get there.
Our panel today, Democratic strategist and partner at Forward Solution Strategy Group, Isaac Wright, and Josh Holmes is former Chief of Staff to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Thanks, both of you, for being here.
Good to be here.
Isaac, did Jerry Brown blink? I mean, the president had slammed him just the day before for not sending troops to the border. All of a sudden, they're going there, but they're not going to do immigration enforcement.
Right. Well, I think he set out some clear parameters. One, they're not going to do the job of the federal border police, and two, they are going to be paid for out of the federal funds. I mean, there's a huge issue here about what's really at stake with our national security, right? The problem at the border is a problem of foreign policy. It's a problem of law enforcement. It's a problem of immigration. However, it is not a military problem. There is not an army marching north to our border. And these are our troops. These are our National Guardsmen, our reservists, who are meant to be prepped and ready for battle. And instead, we have $19 million allotted in the Guard budget federally to be able to fund work at the border. And a 6-month deployment of 4,000 troops, as the president has laid out, will cost something more like $200 million. So not only are we taking our people who should be training for serious matters of war in foreign theaters of combat like Syria, North Korea, Russia, Yemen, etc. Instead, we're taking those folks and we're sending them to the border to clear brush and sit in guard towers, when in reality, Congress has underfunded the border police, and they are 1,900 jobs short of the federally mandated floor.
Let's give Josh a chance here, because I suspect he sees the mission differently.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of this sounds like an absolutely terrific argument for a border wall, right? Which is, of course, what President Trump has proposed all along. Look, we could have been saved all of the drama here with Governor Brown if he just would have said yes to the initial request, because it sounds to me like he's doing basically exactly what it was asked of him initially, yet we went through this whole round of I won't do it, I will do it, and then he had a revolt of counties and municipalities in Southern California saying, no, Governor, we actually do have a problem here. So here we are, you know, after a couple of weeks of debate, doing exactly what the president asked in the first place.
And you have San Diego County, Isaac, you know, the county that butts up against the Mexico border, saying that they don't want any part of California's sanctuary state law.
Look, the municipality has the opportunity to say what it wants to. I mean, there is a question of double taxation here. Should we be paying federal taxes for ICE, the Immigration Customs Enforcement, to do its job in terms of immigration, and then paying double taxation to state government, to local law enforcement to do that job, instead of doing their own job to police for predators, for murderers, etc.? That's a huge issue in our country right now. Again, about the allocations of resources. We are depleting our military readiness to do a job that Congress and the president failed to do by supporting border police and supporting their budget, and the fact that they are 1,900 officers underfunded. Now we're talking about the same thing of depleting our local law enforcement from their resources to do local law enforcement, to instead deputize them to take care of the job the federal government, the Trump administration, should be doing in terms of immigration.
What Isaac is talking about there was a failure of Congress to enact what the president requested back in February, when, if you'll recall, Senate Democrats shut the government down over the issue of a border wall and the issue of immigration reforms. And they chose the politics instead of actually fixing the problem. Wouldn't it be delightful if the state in the union with the absolute worst illegal immigration problem did something to actually lead the effort to help it? That would really be a great day, but unfortunately ideology gets in the way here, so the federal government's got to do the job.
We'll see what happens with those troops along the border, whether they end up doing as Jerry Brown says they will do. Got to leave it there. Isaac Wright, Josh Holmes, thank you both.
Thank you both.
Thanks.
New reports out of Syria as the fallout continues from the deadly gas attack outside